Alright, so this will be the second video of the Carving Fusion Challenge. The first video was I carved the gnome. The second video as well, I'm going to carve 3 mushrooms because you got to carve 3 mushrooms to be accepted into the challenge. So I went to the beach, got some driftwood, I found some like this, some kind of burly wood. So there's different ways you can do mushrooms. I like the easier way myself. So you get a stick, right? This looks like a mushroom stalk actually right here. So you get a stick, then you get a top, then you carve the top the way you want the mushroom to be shaped, then you glue the top to the base, just like that. Instead of having to carve all the wood away, it just depends how nice you want your mushrooms to be, I guess. So I got some bigger ones here too. They've been drying out. Hopefully they don't crack, because when you do have the the heart of the wood in there, it might crack, right? So anyways, so I got some bigger ones, I got some smaller ones. I found this wood on the beach. This is the lightest wood I've ever held in my life. I think it's I talked to Just Carve Raw about it. It's possibly balsa wood. You see there, I carved it a bit, I sanded it. It's the lightest wood that I've ever held in my life. It's just so light. It's crazy. It was a big branch. So what I'm going to do now is I guess I'm going to get these mushrooms over with and then get them mounted to the base. And I got some moss stuff that I bought from the dollar store, and we're going to glue moss on here. But I think this video is going to be more or less for the mushrooms. So let's set up the camera in the overhead and yep, carve mushrooms. So another thing too I want to say before I get carving them, mushrooms can be fantasy. So they can be any shape, any color, any size you want them to be, right? So like it's fantasy. So fantasy is your imagination. So I got one big one here, I got one small one. Who knows? I'm just going to start carving. But what I'm going to do first is round this one off here first. And you can paint them, you can do whatever you want to do. This should just be fun, right? So it's your choice what you want to do. So here's the mushroom done. I sanded it to like a 240 grit. I actually spent lots. It looks like an egg. Then I carved those things in there. On the stalks, it's crazy glued in. Epoxy glued in. So I want this one to show on the stand so you see those bottom things. So here's the other ones that I carved. That's out of this. So this is Western red cedar. I don't know what the stalk is. They're just branches I found on the beach. This, I believe, is cherry wood. Okay. So this has like the burl stuff in it. So I just tried to do my best to make them look unique, like different style mushrooms. So what I'm going to do with these ones, I think I'm going to use this CA glue, because this gives a nice gloss finish. This is the thin stuff, Star Bond. Whoa. I probably should have a brush around. Brush that's not full of paint, that's dry. And that one's not done, so I'll just put it on with my fingers, I guess. Well, it's sucking into the wood pretty good, so lots of wood turners use this stuff. I know Chris, my buddy Chris, I call him the Viking Warrior, he uses this stuff with when he makes his pens too. So I got to make sure I have enough for all of it. I guess I really didn't need to do the bottoms. Okay, so I'm going to stand this up here over the way. Now these colors on this one should really pop. Yeah, look at those colors in there. I'm just a waster. Look at it all drip below me. Right here. So anyways, look at the nice colors in there. I don't know if you guys can see this, but once this glue is curing, it starts to smoke. That's why I got the gloves on, because I've had this super glue, this CA glue, in between 2 fingers, and it glued together and it was smoking and it gave me calluses on my fingers. Yep, trust me. Okay, so let's talk about this base for a minute. It's a Western red cedar. It's I rounded it off with my chainsaw first, then my Fordham. You guys can use your Dremel to do it. So here's the gnome. It's gonna sit there on the base. So I got the mushrooms here drying. So what I'm gonna do now is drill holes. Then I got these wood dowels. Okay, so for example, the holes in the bottom there. I'm gonna drill a hole here, put the dowel in here, and then sit this on top of the dowel and use the hot glue gun. So I'll do that, and then I'll place the mushrooms where I think they're gonna go. And I got this moss from the dollar store. It's preserved moss. And then I'll hot glue this down around it too. I got 3 bags. I have this left over from a winter project. All right, so I'll do that, and then I'll be back. Okay, it's done. It's finished. Here's the Carving Fusion Gnome and Mushroom Challenge. Finished and complete. Yep, super fun project. Love this wood here that I did for the mushrooms. It's like cherry wood, still a little bit dusty. This one I called scrambled egg, just a egg mushroom. Looks like an egg, like a fried egg. So, but hey, Just Carve Rob, why don't you ask Big Al if I'm finished yet? Hey, Big Al, am I finished yet? Huh? I Just Carve Rob. Everybody, I just want you to know that me and Just Carve Rob always talk back and forth when we're carving and stuff, and say good morning to each other and stuff. And he sent me a picture. He's doing some awesome mushrooms and a gnome and stuff. It's super cool. I sent him this. I told him I said, "Do you want to see my finished piece?" And he said, "Yeah." So I sent him this, but I'm not finished yet, buddy. Just Carve Rob, he says mine almost looks too real, or not too real, but it almost looks real. Well, he says his is just all fantasy. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, here you go, Just Carve Rob. Does your gnome have a seat to sit there at nighttime, watch all the fantasy stars and all the friggin' things, the spaceships and the UFOs and all the northern lights? They got a seat made out of that wood, that cherry wood? Does your gnome have a seat carved? Hey, Just Carve Rob, does your seat have an owl? Does your seat have an owl on it? Yeah, there's that like Carving Fusion warrior owl. See, it's just keeping track for the bad people, I guess. Hey, Big L, aka Larry Dibbs over there in Vancouver Island, and everybody else. What does a gnome have to have? Can you guys answer that question? If you can answer that question, I'll give you $5 million. What does a gnome have to have? Well, let's find out here. Gnome has to have a gnome home. So shoosy shitter pants. Mushroom gnome home. Yep. It's that took me a while to do. I tried to make it so like you see the bottom of the mushroom here, but when I burnt it, it burnt that lip away. So I just said screw it. It's good enough. Silly little owl. There you go. The Carving Fusion gnome theme scene thing with a chair and an owl. What do you think, Larry? What do you think, Rob? Huh? Super fun project, but I've spent all day carving, working on this base, the mushrooms, and this gnome home. So, I think one more thing we should do. I think there's one more thing that needs to be done. I think we need to finish this off with the Carving Fusion grand finale. And don't forget, everybody, somebody, even if you're a very beginning wood carver, like I said in the first video of this challenge, everybody has a chance to win this. Everybody has a chance to win a Dremel 4000 at Just Carve Rob's piece that he's making for a thing, for the gnome thing that he's making. That's going to be a gift and open to donations. If anybody wants to send me a PayPal, you'll be entered to win this gnome and a wood spirit that I make to win. So it starts on, oh, what's the dates here? The whole challenge starts on April 2nd and ends August 1st. And I'll end up doing a live video. Sorry, my camera's glitchy. I'll end up doing a live video on YouTube August 6th at 3 p.m. Pacific time to announce the winners. Don't know. So right now we have this one. This is a winner. Just Carved Robs is a winner. A Dremel 4000s is a winner. So right now we have 3 prizes. Come on, everybody. Let's chip in. Send a PayPal over, and every single cent that's sent to me, plus some, will be for prizes for this. We can't get Cuts All Burrs because they just donated to the challenge that the admins had on the group, Carving Fusion World of Woodcarvers Original on Facebook. And that's where all these you guys are going to see everybody's pictures of their stuff. And I suggest, if you're not done a piece, just show pictures of your progress and what you're up to, because it will give people ideas. And it's another great group to get ideas too. So, anyways, let's finish this. If anybody wants to take a screenshot of this, that's the dates. I don't know what that 1338 is. But there's the dates. Okay, so let's finish this off with the Carving Fusion Grand Finale. Just Carved Rob, this one's for you.
Don't forget to sign your pieces. This owl is crap. Lose the owl, Jordy. There, much better. Good luck, everyone, and don't shit your pants.